Hello and welcome to BQ Prime. A very good afternoon to all the viewers. Joining us on the show today is Mr. Ajit Venkataraman, CEO at Finolex Industries, to discuss about the quarter gone by and what's in store going ahead. Welcome to the show, Ajit, and a very good afternoon.
Thank you. Good afternoon to you too.
Wish you the same. Ajit, let's start off with in terms of the overall performance. The results have been pretty much in line with what the street was estimating. The margins have improved. However, the volume growth has been lower than what the street was expecting. Has the quarter met your internal expectations?
Yes, it has. In fact, this year we finished with a record volume of, we achieved 303,000 metric tons, which is the highest ever for Finolex. And also in terms of agri and non-agri business, both these segments have hit our record highs. So in terms of volume estimates, I think we are fairly met our expectations.
Right. Overall, if you have to look at both the business divisions, which is the pipes and fittings business as well as the PVC resin business, how would you actually look at both of them in terms of performance?
So in terms of performance, if I look at take first the PVC resin, here we had this year we finished with 243,000 metric tons, which is a little bit less than our production capacity of about 260 to 270,000. This is mainly because of a force majeure situation with one of our suppliers, due to which they had to shut their manufacturing plant. Other than that, we should have hit the numbers. So I'm not concerned about it. Next year, we should be doing our capacity. In terms of fittings, pipes and fittings, this segment has grown, and we had a very robust demand coming in Q3 and Q4. Q3 was the highest Q3 ever for us. And the demand also extended into Q4 as well. Our margins, if you compare the EBITDA margins of Q3, it was about 8.17%, whereas in Q4, it reached 19.03%. So we did see a good improvement in margins, and this is basically coming on in the back of stabilizing PVC prices, and also our very focused approach towards non-agri business, which improved the profitability.
Right. So apart from these two segments, if you look at, the PVC resin prices, at least in the first 3 quarters of FY23, we had seen good amount of fluctuation where there was some bit of stability that started to come in from the month of November onwards. How has the fourth quarter been in terms of pricing?
So in terms of pricing, yes, you're right. First 2 quarters, the price had been coming down, and it did come down all the way till November. We have seen stability setting in from December onwards. So if you actually see our performance in the month of in the quarter Q3, we did make profits of about 93 crores, and that is on the back of prices stabilizing in December. The prices have held on fairly steady in a small band since then, and as a result, you can see Q4 has been the profitability has been fairly decent.
Right. Another phenomena that we witnessed is that in terms of the domestic major PVC resin supplier, which is Reliance, they actually initiated price protection in terms of PVC resin, and this was done in that period of 17th March to the 1st of April. Is that something which actually would help agri-pipe volumes, in the season now?
The price band has been fairly narrow. It is in the last few weeks, it has been between 75 and 82 rupees per kg. So it's a fairly narrow band, and it's not going to impact the demand. Demand is there. Demand is fairly robust. We did have a few unseasonal showers happening, rainfall happening between April and May, but that has not impacted much, and therefore we are seeing fairly steady volumes at the moment.
Right. Apart from that, our focus has been to get our revenue mix to 50-50 between, agri as well as plumbing pipes, right? How
Yes.
is that looking like now?
So we are at a 65-35 split at the moment,
Hmm.
and we expect the plumbing and sanitation or the non-agri segment to grow at a much higher clip than the agri. Agri, we expect that the market will grow at about 8 to 10%, whereas the plumbing and sanitation should be 15% plus.
Right. When you talk about capacity expansion as well in terms of existing facilities, there has been a plan. However, we've not really heard of timelines as well as the quantity of expansion so far from here on. What is that looking like? Any plans that we've already jotted down?
So we already had an expansion in the fitting segment. That's the segment which we expect to grow. And we have put up a new plant of about 12,000 metric ton capacity in Talegaon in Pune. And that's a state-of-the-art facility which was inaugurated in March. And we expect it to be ramped up within 3 to 6 months. In terms of pipe production, we have sufficient capacity for the next couple of years. And therefore, at this point of time, we don't have anything to announce at the moment.
Okay. And overall, in terms of, bringing the fittings and the plumbing side of the business higher, what is the initiative that we're taking? Because the last what I was reading was also that we're spending around a percent and almost 1.5% of our sales in terms of marketing. Is that the same kind of trajectory we will be seeing from here on?
That's correct, and we are taking the plumbing and sanitation is much more of a push segment, and there's a lot of engagement with the end customers that is needed, and the competition also is fairly large, and therefore a lot of spend goes into digitization, making the complete visibility in the IT infrastructure, etc., so that we have complete end-to-end visibility all the way to the retailers. So that is something which is happening. Also, brand visibility, engaging with our stakeholders, etc. So those are the things where our marketing spend is going into, and especially engaging with the end customer. So that is where it is likely to go further. And we are also advertising in media which our target segment watches.
Right. So from here on, what's the kind of growth trajectory that we are sitting on if you have to look at FY24 and 25 as a year?
See, over the next 2 to 3 years, we expect the industry has got sufficient headroom to grow, and we expect the industry to grow at anywhere between 10 and 15%. And agri might be a little bit lower growth rate, but in the plumbing and sanitation, which is related to the construction industry, we expect the growth to be much higher. And we expect that our growth in the non-agri segment would be faster than the market.
Right. And any other further capacity addition plans that could be on the anvil in any of the segments apart from what we've already discussed?
As I mentioned, we have sufficient capacity for the pipes, and therefore, as and when we need new capacity, we'll let you know.
Right. All right, Ajit. Thank you so much for speaking to us at BQ Prime. Congratulations and good luck for the coming quarters as well. Stay safe.
Thank you. Thank you very much.